Sultan.
I forget.
Yes.
Yes. Yeah.
Question, yes.
This what do you say?
Think about that.
Are you nervous?
This character of Ariel.
Okay.
What is?
What?
This case. This
Okay.
case. Hello everyone, welcome to Habeda Podcast. This is a podcast where we talk about movie, not only as entertainment but also as a story that reflects society and culture. Today I'm not alone. I'm joined by two friends. The first is Hanse.
Halo.
He will talk about this movie from a culture and social point of view. The second one is Dea Suci.
Hi.
She will discuss it from the film industry and pop culture perspective. Okay, today we're going to talk about the Little Mermaid 20 and 23 version. We all know that this movie became controversial even before it was released, and many people ask questions like, why does Ariel looks different? Is Disney being too political, or why change a classic childhood story? Okay. In this episode, we're not here to argue it emotionally. We want to understand why this movie matter and what this change really means. And now I have a question for you both. What do you think this movie become controversial so quickly? You can answer first.
Okay. Because there is clash between classic nostalgia and dynamic reality. For many, the 1980s Ariel is unchangeable in the blueprint.
Okay.
Many believe the original blueprint should be portrayed by a white person. When the Disney changed her physical appearance in the trigger identity threat. For those who felt their childhood history was being revisited in a social agenda.
Okay, so what is interesting here? It is that the controversy isn't just a spontaneous public reaction.
Yes.
Okay, what about the film industry perspective?
I think in the modern industry, the speed of controversy is also triggered by social media, right? Like TikTok or something like Instagram. And algorithm encourage content that provokes extreme emotion. So I think in this case Disney will aware that when they remake a live action, it will reap a debate. But the controversy also expands the marketing reach, right? And then I think the controversy is not only about risks,
Okay.
but also is a controversy is also being a part of the global and film promotion ecosystem.
Okay, so this is very interesting.
Yeah.
Okay. Okay, guys. Let's start with the main issue in this movie. This movie has an issue that looks interesting and very visible. It is about representation, and so many people say it is just a fairy tale. Why make it a political? Okay, Hansa, from the social and cultural perspective, why do fairy tales actually matter?
Okay. Fairy tales Our modern mythology, you know the modern mythology, that's right. They are the way society passed down values about what constitutes goodness, beauty, or bravery.
Okay.
If fairy tales are always exclusive
Okay.
to one race, we identically to teach children that's magic. Has basically skin color equipment, and the magic is not have skin color equipment like that. That's right.
Oh, alright. Okay. From the film industry perspective, why do fairy tale actually matter?
I think for the industry, fairy tales are the foundation of a stable narrative because we know that this story has been known across generation. Like even when we was child, we know that Ariel can.
Okay.
The commercial risk is more lower, and the remake of the fairy tale also gives the opportunity to update the message without having to create a new story.
Okay. Okay. Before we next to the next session, I have a question for we are discussion. How do children how do children's movie influence the way children see themselves?
Okay. The phenomenon of the symbolic installation in a cinema is not just a matter of a lack of diversity. It is from cinematic neglect of physicality once the younger generation.
Okay.
When the child constantly stares at the screen but never find a reflection of themselves, whatever rock skin color, physically, feature, or culture identity.
Okay. And why is representation is important, especially for kids?
Yes.
Maybe you can answer about the film industry perspective.
I think from the industry film, this influence means that the potential for a long-term loyalty. Children who feel represented tends to grow up with emotional attachment to the brand, which ultimately has an impact on the sustainability of the industry itself.
Okay. Why is representation important, especially for kids? Okay, you can answer.
Representation is also a market strategy, right? And now, you know that the Disney audience is very diverse, and the representation helps expand its global reach without alienating a new generation of viewers.
Okay, what about the social and culture perspective?
Ah. Effort to break cognitive bias must begin at the root of the perception. What children sense custom during their formative years by normalizing diverse background through the film narrative, we actually descriptive lexical reduce before it takes deep the root in the subsystem. When a child is accustomed to seeing inclusive representation as the norm, they will no longer see differences.
Okay, what's interesting in the something that looks socially ideal also makes sense commercially. This is a moral value and market strategy are moving together here. Okay, guys. The last one question about our discussion for this session. Why is Ariel more symbolic compared to other Disney princess like Tiana or Moana?
Okay, me first.
Yeah, okay.
Okay, decision to change Ariel visuals. Repetition carries much heavier symbolic weight than a mere casting change. Given her position as a central pillar of a big three. Big three in the Disney Renaissance era, unlike character like Tiana and Moana whose narrative are thickly bound to specific culture, identity, structure, and graphic settings. Ariel is a mythological culture who is the essential a blank canvas as a mermaid who choose the boundaries between ocean.
Oh, so it is makes sense that reaction to Ariel are much stronger, right?
Yes.
What's changing is a new character, but an old symbol that deeply ambiguous. Okay. Okay. Next, what about from the film industry perspective?
From film industry, I think because a classic character with a large fan base, we know that Little Mermaid 2023 has a big fan base, right? Every change to Ariel automatically becomes a global spotlight, like skin change and others, and the symbolic value is much higher than the relatively new characters.
Okay, this is a powerful way to see it. Um, okay. Next. Okay, guys. Some people say Disney only support a diversity because it is makes money, right? And I want to ask you, Dea, what do you think about this criticism?
It could be that Disney does have business goals when supporting diversity because their market is very wide and diverse, but even though there's a profit motive, the social impact is still real. Children still get a representation that they rarely saw before.
Okay, what has diversity become part of Disney brand?
Diversity is now a part of Disney brand positioning to remain relevant in the midst of global entertainment industry competition and streaming platform.
Okay, if this movie failed at the box office, would Disney still continue this direction?
The industry work based on data. The direction of diversity may be adjusted, not completely stopped.
Okay, guys. Now, let's talk about the character of Ariel. In the 1998 89 version, Ariel is often criticized because she give up her voice for love. In the 20 and 23 version, Ariel feels different. She is more curious, more active, and more independent. And I have a question. Do you think Ariel in 20 and 23 version is still a romantic character or more a feminist figure? You can answer about this.
Okay, I think the version of 2023 is the Ariel still active romantic. Other are more progressive and substantial. The construction with the framework of modern feminists. In the perspective, romance is no longer the sole center of gravity during the plot. It's a clear possibility that serves as her primacy agency.
Okay. From the answer, the social and cultural
Yes.
perspective, how about your response about this? He said Ariel still romantic character, but
Yes.
more respond from the industry, film industry perspective about this.
Okay. Character like Ariel because they can reach traditional and progressive audience at the same time.
Okay, but I have a question for me maybe. Does this new version improve the story or does it change the original message?
Okay, and the film in 2023 narrative makes significant effort toward character repetition, where the serif of Ariel voice is no longer seen as the impulsive act the of a lovesick teenager, but as a much heavier essential gamble. Ariel is portrayed as a diligent cultural observer, therefore losing her voice means losing her primary tool for interacting with the intellectual world
Okay.
she admires. Her relation with Eric also gains substances.
Okay. What about the response from the film industry perspective about the answer from the social and cultural
About the
perspective?
message?
Yes.
Yes.
This remake aims to maintain the relevance of the story without completely cutting off the relationship with the old version.
Okay. Okay, I think this is not the first time Disney has changed a female character. I have seen the similar update in the movie from Disney. The movie from the apa Beauty and the Beast and Mulan. She's
Not
Oh.
Mulan Jamila.
Oh,
no.
nah, itu sama Dan.
Si baju.
I think.
Okay, I have a big question from this. Is Disney really changing, or are they just updating old story to fit modern value?
Modern values.
Okay.
Okay. This phenomenon represents an organic dynamics. Okay. Of culture evolution where narrative are never static,
Okay.
but according to their time, folklore and mythology have always been fluid entities. They transform alongside shift in the values, norm, and collective conclusion of the society that tell them in long text. Disney is not destroying tradition, but practicing of the most ancient human tradition.
Okay. Can feminism is in movie become repetitive or too formulaic?
Yes. Ecosystems so they remain functional relevant today.
Okay. Do all female character need to be strong in the same way?
Yes. By adjusting the story, agent with physical and modern agency, we are increasing the spirit of the story life for a new generation. If a myth fails or adapt the moral social change of audience, he shows a magic endorse into obstacle and revive the past.
Okay. From the answer, I have a question from this. The film industry can respond about the answer about this issue from the updating old story to fit modern values, or can feminism become repetitive or formulaic, and from the character need to be strong. You can answer you can respond this answer from the social and cultural perspective.
I think when updating old stories is commercially safer than creating a new stories that more has a risk or failure.
Okay. Can feminism in movies become repetitive or too formulaic?
If feminism in this film is always depicted with the same pattern, for example, women must seem strong, thoughts and without weakness. But we women can crying, can also feel sad, can mad, can angry for every situation, and I think the story can feel. I think if the film still have a character like women always seem strong, it's the film can feel boring.
Okay. Do all character need to be strong in the same way?
I think no. Strength does not always mean daring to fight or being dominant. Women can be strong through empathy, steadfastness, courage to choose their own lives, or even admit weakness.
Okay, from about a social and cultural perspective, do all female character need to be strong in the same way?
Okay, need to strong the same way. I think no. We must strive for a repetition that offer a multidimensional spectrum of the strength, moving beyond narrow definition that reduce toughness to physical dominance. Define this strength is solidity as physical invisibility in actually from masculinity.
Okay.
Okay.
Okay. Now let's be to be honest. Disney is a business, right?
Yes.
It is a global company that want to reach audience all over the world. Okay, how important is the global market from Disney today? What about the film industry perspective about this issue, global market for Disney?
I think the global market is very decisive for profit. International revenue is often determinant of the success of Disney film itself.
Okay, is casting with Halle Bailey a long-term strategy for Disney?
I think the selection of Halle Bailey as Ariel is not just for one film, but this is being a part of Disney long-term strategy. So many Disney production maybe use this strategy to make a character more diversity from the old stories. It becomes a symbol that Disney princess do not have to follow old standard like black skin or striped hair. In industrially, Disney is building a more inclusive and relevant brand for image for generation.
Okay, how about from the social and cultural perspective about the Halle Bailey for the long term strategy for the Disney today?
Okay, I'm agree. Yes, this strategic to step to create a new iconographic that will define the collective memory of future generation. When we discussion aesthetical classic visual, we are planting seed for a new normalcy that is more inclusive. In the future, children can grow it. Will the longer see areas as anomaly, but as iconic figure and the icon, a dark skin who organically embedded and the chill hold imagination.
Okay, so this is a casting choices. Is it a short term decision? It is a part of much bigger picture about where Disney is heading. Okay. I've seen a similar situation with movies like Black Panther, Encanto, or Spider-Man, like specific in Into the Spider-Verse. Okay, these films are also questioned at first, but they become very successful. Okay, can you imagine the controversy actually help a movie's popularity?
Okay, yes, agree. The controversy can up the popularity of the film. The controversy surrounding works is not just a meaning noise, but they focus the society to take the position and reflect on their values. When the narrative sparks fierce debate, the film transforms from a passive viewing experience into deep culture event, where the cinema screen becomes a space for public daily to test fundamental issues like racism, repetition, and evolution of tradition.
Okay, from your answer, it is a doesn't damage from the brain, right?
Yes, sir.
Okay, from the film industry perspective, you can respond about this case.
Okay, from the film perspective, controversy often function as a free promotion, as long as it does not develop into a reputation crisis. Like I said before, that the controversy is not only about risks, but it can bring a free promotion. So many people can discuss about this film. Many people can debate the film. So many film, many people can know this film gitu.
Okay, at this point, the movie doesn't end in the theater. It is continues to live in public conversation.
Yes.
Okay. Okay, what about the boycott in this today's media landscape? You can rate the boycott in the movie, like.
If from film industry, with a large global market, the impact of boycott is usually limited unless it occurs massively or coordinated.
Okay, it is fantasizing how watching a movie today can function as an ideology
Yeah.
statement.
Yeah.
Okay, from the social and culture, what about your reaction about the boycott in today media landscape?
Okay, and social culture, the phenomenon of the boycott in the modern entertainment industry often triggers an economic anomaly known as boycott, where rejection efforts turn into the massive wave of support.
Okay, this show how fragmented audience are today. While one group boycott, another group show up to reach,
Yes.
to watch. Okay, guys, from our discussion, we can see that the Little Mermaid 20 and 23 version is not just about appearance, right? It is about representation, gender roles, and
Diversity.
nostalgia, yeah, diversity, and a business decision, right?
Yes, that's right.
Okay, I have the final question about this movie. If children grow up, watching this version of Ariel, what kind of message do you think they can learn? Okay, you can.
I think I will answer from the film perspective first.
Okay,
yeah.
you can answer.
I think in this case, Disney built a long-term emotional relation with a new generation of viewers who feel recognized and represented. I mean that I mean people can feel relate
Okay.
with the film or with the character Ariel.
Okay, and maybe that the film greatest meaning not in adult debates, but in the world children imagine from themselves. Okay, what about the social and culture about the message from this movie?
Okay, and the social and cultural, I think is a touch on the core mission of character educative talk the media, where the inclusive narrative function as a tool for physical logical liberation for future generation. By seeing the diversity in the iconic roles, children will learn the identity is not a person that limits their potential or movement in society, but a spectrum of uniqueness that enrich their selfhood. So, in the first step, a deep understanding that aspiration and dreams are universal. They will understand that anyone without expression has the right to be protagonist of their own life.
Okay, guys, thank you about your
Yes.
response, your answer. Okay, you don't have to agree with the Disney choices, But maybe this movie show that film are starting to reflect a more diverse and inclusive world. Okay, I'm Balda Muslima and with
Dea.
and then Hanse. Thank you for listening about our response about this movie.
Please
If you learn something new from this episode, don't forget to share it and see you next time.
See
Thank you
you.
guys.